Question 18 reads, a sample of 600 ninth graders was selected at random and asked how much time they spend on homework each day. Of the ninth graders selected, 220 spend less than 2 hours on homework each day. If the conclusion was drawn that approximately 1.35 million ninth graders spend less than 2 hours on homework each day, which of the following is closest to the population of ninth graders? Well, okay, this question is all about ratios and equating ratios to each other. Well, let's draw out our first ratio. It's gonna be let's write our first ratio. It's gonna be the number of ninth graders who spend less than 2 hours on homework each day, which is 220, to the total number of ninth graders. That's gonna be 600. And so if I give titles to this, it's gonna be the total, and this we can write as the 900. We can write as the homework group, right? Just for a title, homework. Right? So the number, this is the ratio we have. And this same ratio can be written at a grander scheme. And that's what this question is all about. We have a grander scheme. The number of ninth graders that spend less than 2 hours, the homework ratio, the group, 2, which is million actually, so if I'm just gonna write M, and I can do that because the question is asking in millions. You notice that there isn't a bunch of zeros, right? And so we can really just write this million as a normal number, and it's really helpful. You don't need to write all those zeros behind 1.35, and so this is going to be 1.35 to the population of all the ninth graders, the total population, and that's going to be X. And so both of these ratios are going to be equal to each other. That's what we need to understand. The ratio of the students in the sample that spend less than 2 hours to the ratio of the whole population that spend less than 2 hours on homework are going to be equal. And so if I rewrite this as fraction, this is really just 220 over 600, and this is going to be 1.35 over X, right? And so if I rewrite that and rewrite them equal to each other, it's going to be 220 over 600 equals 1.35 over X. And if I cross multiply, now it's very easy. I can just cross multiply. It becomes 220x equals 600 into 1.35. I divide both sides by 220 to get x by itself, right? I want x is the total population of ninth graders in millions, right? And so I want that by itself. And so I divide by 220. And that should, this number right here, if I pop it into our calculator, that should give x. And so if I do that, I'm gonna do 600 into 1.35 divided by 220. That's gonna give us 3.68, and that's gonna be C.